Shalom, everyone. This is Brother Travis at the King James Bible University. Here, there is no affiliation with any Christians, nor camps, their theology, their doctrines, their commandments, or any other precepts that is not sent from the Sovereign King James 1611 edition, with the Apocrypha included. So this teaching here and this study, I would like to impart unto you and give back unto Christ, in which was given unto me. So through this teaching, through this study, through this only one true doctrine, I want to speak on this creature. The creature today is a spider. So before I dive into it, I would like to speak on my observing of the spider. So a spider is crafty, very skillful in his works, while making its creation, which is the web. So the web catches its prey, and it subdues and devours the prey after it catches it. So the silk from a spider comes directly from within itself. So the spider crafts this web, and it catches and entraps and ensnares its prey. So the craftiness of a web of a spider is a challenge for whatever is trapped within it to escape. It's not impossible to escape, but it is difficult. So a spider is very exceeding wise in what it does. And though it is little upon the earth, it has this wisdom within itself to weave and to web its craft. So the most obvious thing I know about a spider is how it looks. So before I learned about its functioning, I've witnessed how it looks, in which I observed that it has 8 legs. So with 8 legs comes 8 feet, 8 desires. So the desires of a spider is many. And same with the amount of eyes it has. It has multiple eyes. So that tells me it has multiple understandings, in which I've seen a spider can have from anywhere from 6 to 8 eyes. So the amount of eyes it has gives it a vision of many multiple understandings. So it has multiple legs, multiple feet, multiple eyes, multiple understandings, understandings, and the feet is the multiple desires. So the works of a web, the works of this spider is the web. So I noticed that this spider naturally weaves and makes a place of rest. So it can make a nest, it can make a resting place, or it can make just something for it to lie in wait, for something to become ensnared in it, for it to devour it after it subdues it. So I noticed that a spider likes to lie in wait. So this is something that I've noticed just in the natural carnal sense of observing a spider, in which growing up, even before the truth, way before the truth, I've always encountered a spider. You know, whether it was on a TV show, a movie, or just in the cracks and crevices of a house, in the closet, under a cabinet, in the sink, in a shoe. Even if you never wore your shoes in quite some time, you can notice that you better check your shoe before you put your foot in, because what? A spider could be right there nesting inside of your shoe. So the works of a spider is all around us. We know that a spider's web is only related to a spider, because you could be walking down any type of pathway, whether it's in a trail, if you go hiking, if you go into a desolate place, you know, you can walk inside of your own building, inside of your car, your vehicle, your truck, a van, all of that. It could be a spider web right there. So you notice that a spider was around because the works is there, in which you could feel as you're walking down a pathway, something can overlap you according to as you're walking, and you feel something on your flesh, on your skin. And you know it's a spider web because how it feels. It just feels stringy, it feels silky and sticky. And you just notice that you're trying to get away from it, but it just kind of clings on to you. So any type of spider, whether it's little or it's large, because they come in various sizes and lengths and colors. So before I've learned the works of a spider, I see how they look. So I just want to acknowledge the vessel. So some spiders have many different colors, which ranges from any type of color spectrum of the colors that we know about. It can be brown, yellow, red, blue, many colors. So keep in your mind a spider, right? So they can send off warnings. They can send off camouflage. Some spiders be there and you don't even know it. So it's some brown spiders that be on the tree trunks. You may be in your garden or climbing a tree or doing some yard work. You won't even know a spider is there, right there on the tree trunk. So you got to be very careful in how you move so that this spider don't take a hold on you. Because some spiders is venomous, some spiders are harmless, some spiders are hairy, some spiders are very crafty in what it do. You know, they are creeping, crawling things. Some of them don't move out in the open. So out in the open, some spiders is living according to they want to stay hidden. Some spiders are there, right there in plain sight. So some you can see with the naked eye, and then there's some that is hidden. Some know exactly what they do because they are hunters. They have a hunting type of way they move. So the works of a spider can be made known if you are paying attention. A spider is only going to do exactly what it was meant to do from the beginning of its creation from the Most High. So the Most High creating these spiders, he already know they are exceeding wise because it says it in his word that the spider is exceeding wise. And we will check that out in this study. That would be in Proverbs chapter 30. So speaking about this creature, this thing that was created, we have to learn of. So right now I'm learning of it, and now it's going to be imparted to anyone that has an ear to hear. And if you want to take this study for yourself even deeper and further, go right ahead. So it is my pleasure, and I show great thankfulness for even the Most High showing me to impart unto his people the knowledge and wisdom that was given unto me. So I would like to start here in Genesis chapter 1, verse 24. To the right of the screen, it reads, "And God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after his kind. And it was so." So we know when God said it, it was so. God is not a liar. When God say something, guarantee that it's going to happen. It shall come to pass, and it's not going to return unto him void. So God said it, let the earth, and the earth brought forth the living creature after his kind, cattle, and creeping things. So in this study, I'm looking at the spider as this creeping thing, okay? So we're going to follow along right here in Genesis, and we're going to go to verse 25. "And God made the beast of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good." So this creeping thing is the thing that creepeth upon the earth. So this spider, right? I want to look at that as a creeping thing. Some spiders are very skillful in what it does. It creeps, it crawls, it hides in cracks and crevices and cresses and creaks and all of the above, right? You won't even know that a spider is there. You know, even just, man, Like, so those that have ridden a bicycle, right? Look how this creeping thing can even be right there under the seat. You know, like, there's so many places a spider could be. It could be right there in your attic, your basement. It could be just, it can literally crawl in any type of creek or crevices or crack. You know, even though your windows may be closed to your house or your door, don't think a spider can't find its way through those cracks. It can. So you got to be very, you got to keep your eyes on the prize. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep your eyes open. You got to keep your head on a swivel, because they will be around. You know, it could be one right there around you right now as you hearing this lesson and don't even know it. You know, I'm looking around. I'm currently outside and I don't see any sign of a spider, but that don't mean that it ain't there. You know, because like said was earlier, like what was said earlier, you know, you could be walking down any type of pathway on your journey, even if you was walking to the store or something, or just taking a walk in the neighborhood. You could be on the sidewalk and your naked eye may not even see the spider web that you walking into. And just because the spider web is there, that don't mean that the spider is far away. You know, it could have abandoned that spider web, or it could be right there lying in waiting. So this creeping thing right here in Genesis, we're going to follow it to somewhere else. So I would like to go to Genesis chapter 1 and verse 30. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so. So all of these things, everything that he created is for us to learn of. You know, the original creation from us to learn about our maker is through what he created in the natural form of its creation. So everything follows the order and the command of the Most High, except us, except Israel. So every creature does exactly what it was meant to do from the beginning of time. So the beginning of the life of a spider from thousands and thousands of years still stands today of what it does. So it didn't ever get out of the order of what it does. A spider never meows. A spider never barks. A spider doesn't fly around picking up different seeds and things like that as a bird does. It does exactly what it was meant to do, which it creates these webs and it lie in wait. So it was good of the reason why this spider was created, in which we can see that in Genesis chapter 1 and verse 31. And God saw everything, whether it was creeping or if it was of some other kind, everything that the Creator God had made was very good. Genesis chapter 1 verse 31. And God saw everything that he had made, and remember, it was very good. So everything he created was very good. Everything. I don't care if it's a tree, a leaf, a grasshopper, a rat, a rodent, a creeping thing. Everything he created is for our learning. So all we got to do is learn of it so we can learn closer of who the Creator is. Because the Creator is the creator of these creations. So even ourselves, we got to learn about ourselves. That's why when we seek out of the book and read, we are what? Learning about ourselves. So no one knows us better than our Creator. So he knows that we are stiff-necked people. So he knows that some of us, most of us, a lot of us is not going to be patient when it comes to approaching these things to learn about them, the creation and the characteristics of them. Because like what was said earlier, we got to learn about these different creatures and come to the realization that we aren't alone here. So there's many things we can learn of. Cheetahs, leopards, turtles, all of these things. Is many different ways that we can approach these creatures. The biggest similitude that we have is the sky. So everyone has the sky around them. I don't care where you at. All you got to do is look up and observe the clouds, the sun, the moon, the stars. But in this teaching, we are observing the creeping thing, which is the spider. So everything in Genesis chapter 1 and verse 30, which is this creeping thing, everything he created upon the face of the earth, wherein there is life. So this life I'm looking at as wisdom. So if it's wisdom in it, you can learn of it because the wisdom comes from above. So the wisdom that's within that vessel, that's moving that creature, you can learn of it. So you could look upon it, just as what was stated earlier, a spider has 8 legs. So, okay, you first look upon it, and then you function how it moves. You witness how it moves and how it functions. So the functions of this spider is, okay, it weaves and crafts a web. So we got to learn of what this web does, what it was created for, what was the purpose of it, and so forth. So this creeping thing was given to who? Given to us. For what? For meat. So this meat is not speaking about the same as flesh. Meat is totally different from flesh. So the wisdom that comes from above is not as or likened or compared to the wisdom that's from below. So straight out of the Sovereign King James Bible, meat is speaking about doctrine. It's speaking about knowledge. So these creeping things that was given to us to learn of is for meat, meaning for doctrine, for something that we can learn of. It's a tool and something we have to observe to understand why it was created in the first place. So everything was very good on the reason why it was made, but we don't know why it was made. The Creator does. So all we got to do is love Him, promise Him, and we will be made known of these things, of why He created them and the accuracy of the creation of these things. So we got to take our time and do our due diligence as we research and study. So it's for meat, it's for doctrine. And we can see that also in Genesis chapter 9 and verse 3. So following the key word of meat. So you see it here in this full thought. It reads in Genesis chapter 9 and verse 3. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you. So it's going to be meat for I, Travis, for me. So this word is written to me. Place yourself right there in your own studies on your own paper. Write that down. Put your name there. Every moving thing that liveth shall be for who? It shall be for you. So everything that is upon the face of the earth we can learn of. So that's the beauty of His creation. It's not meant for us to worship, not for us to reverence. We are to reverence the Creator of these things, which is JEHOVAH. JEHOVAH sent forth His word here to create the earth, in which we can learn of these things. So every moving thing that liveth shall be what? We know meat means doctrine. Shall be for doctrine. So a tree has life within it. It moves. It goes into the ground so that it can have a foundation and root itself so it could be grounded and be upright. So that's something we can learn of on how we need to be. So with this spider, this creeping thing, this thing that is created, yet although it is little, it is exceeding wise. It's something that I can learn. It's doctrine for me. So I can learn on the works of this creature. I can learn if it's something that I should be like unto or I should be not like unto. So we're going to go to Proverbs and we're going to witness something over here, because we're going to go to Proverbs and we're going to see who wrote this, which is Proverbs chapter 30. So the words of Agar, the son of Japheth. So This is telling me that Solomon didn't write the wisdom that's this brother is about to lay down on me, right? Because it's telling me right here, the words of Agar, the son of Japheth, even the prophecy, the man spake unto Ethikel, even unto Ethiel and Ucal. So we're going to mosey on down, and we're going to go to Proverbs chapter 30, and we're going to look at verse 24. Right here. There be 4 things which are little upon the earth, but however they are exceeding wise. There's a colon here. It's about to clarify these 4 things, in which we only going to focus on one of these 4 things, but we're going to read them anyways. We're going to look at the ants right here in verse 25, in which Deacon Jonathan spoke on this, so you can go to his channel on the Nassau, Bahamas KJBU website, right there on YouTube. So you can go to his channel if you want to learn about this exceeding wise little creature. So the ants are a people not strong, yet they prepare their meat in the summer. Verse 26, the conies are but a feeble folk, yet make their houses in the rocks. The locusts have no king, no ruler, yet they go forth all of them by bands. Verse 28 is the focal verse. The spider taketh hold with her hands, with her powers, and is in kings' palaces. So the spider, although it is little upon the earth, it is exceeding wise. And we see that, it says that. Proverbs chapter 30, verse 24. There be 4 things which are little upon the earth. Although it's little, it is exceeding wise. So why is this spider being referred to as her? Because it's not the vessel that we are looking upon to gain wisdom and understanding from. It's what's inside of this spider, which is the wisdom. What's exceeding wise about this spider is the wisdom that is within this vessel. So that's the only thing that we could take from to learn of what it is that this spider is sending this message and this learning tool or this learning lesson about. So the lesson that I could learn about this spider is that she taketh hold with her powers and is in king's palaces. The spider is being referred to as her because it is the wisdom that's within this spider. That's what's exceeding wise about this spider, is what's the wisdom that was given unto it for it to do and obey the orders and the commands of the Most High, and the reason why it was created in the first place. So this spider has powers. The powers of this spider is that it can make webs. So it taketh hold with her powers. So the web does what? The power from that spider takes hold on those things that is flown inside of this web. So this web is like a net, right? It catches its prey and it subdues it. And then as it subdues its prey, it drains this prey of the life because it sucks the blood from this spider. From the thing that it captured, whether it captured a bee, a dragonfly, an ant, or any other small little creature. Did you know that even a small bird can get caught inside of a spider's web? That shows the power of this web because it's elastic. Because although a spider web is very thin in its creation, because sometimes you don't even witness that the spider web is there, it's very strong. It can hold great weight, and it's not impossible to escape it. But I did see a video of a baby bird couldn't even use its own strength to exit the spider's web, and I found that very fascinating. So We're going to go back to Genesis. Chapter 9 and verse 3. Every moving thing that liveth shall be doctrine for you. It shall be something that I can take some information from, some wisdom, some knowledge, some understanding. It's very good of the creation of these things that has wisdom within it. So although it's doctrine for me and I learn of it, doesn't mean that I can learn the manners of it and take it in for me to be and act just like it. Nah, it's not saying that. Because just because I'm here in this journey, staying on the King's Highway, seeking to stay on this one path, I know it's going to be temptation all around. I know it's going to be adversaries all around. I know it's going to be wickedness all around because the world is given over to the hand of the wicked. So I have to learn as much as I can while I have an opportunity to. Every day I'm supposed to gather a certain rate. So by me learning on this journey, I have to learn about these different spirits because I'm supposed to try the spirits. So some people act just as spiders, building their own webs to catch a prey and subdue them. So it's not for me to take on these characteristics. It's for me to know the ways that these different many spirits that is here can potentially seek to entrap me and ensnare me and entangle me. So it's not for me to hone in on the craft of this spider and how it operates, for me to take on its characteristics, but it's also for me to understand how others move around me. Understand that. It's for me to learn how others move around me. So we are not to believe every spirit, but try the spirit. So the wisdom that's within the spider is the same way another individual, which is a human, moves and operates. Understand what I'm saying? So we're going to go to Leviticus chapter 11. We're going to look at verse 41. And it's recorded. And every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth shall be an abomination. That's a full thought. It shall not be learned. So I should not learn what's an abomination. I should not eat it foundationally, and then I should not learn it on the spiritual aspect. Honing in and taking on the characteristics of this spirit and adding it to my manner and how I live and operate, my actions and my act of how I live, my customs, my tradition. I should not learn of this creeping, crawling thing. In this case, we're looking at this thing that creepeth as the spider, okay? Verse 42. Whatsoever goeth upon the belly, and whatsoever goeth upon all four, and whatsoever hath more feet, more desires among all creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, them shall you not learn, for they are an abomination. Let's look at this verse closely. So it's some creeping and crawling things that's going to be what? On all four. Right? Or whatsoever has more feet, more desires. So, okay, I mentioned earlier about the spider. It has more feet than four. It has 8. So look at the many desires that a spider has. Is that something that I should learn of? No. Because why? I should not learn because why? It's an abomination. It's an abomination. I hope you all can still hear me. It just started raining. Verse 43. You shall not make yourselves abominable with any creeping thing that creepeth, neither shall you make yourselves unclean with them, that you shall be defiled thereby. So these creeping things is an abomination. I should not learn what? The manner of them, because I'm going to be defiled. Verse 44. For I am the Spirit of your God. You shall for that reason sanctify yourselves, and you shall be holy, meaning I shall be separated. For I am separated. Neither shall ye defile yourselves with any manner of creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So it's the manner of these creeping things that I should not defile myself by learning the works of, because I am holy. I shall be holy, just as the Spirit of God is holy. The Spirit of God is the one that's going to sanctify me, and I shall be living in the manner of being sanctified and separated and holy, just as the Spirit of God is holy. I should not defile myself with the manner of these creeping things. I shall learn of them because they are wise, but I should not take on the manner of them, because the manner and the characteristics of them and how they operate and function shall be separated from how the manner and the characteristic of how the Spirit of God operate and function. Leviticus chapter 11, verse 45. For I am the Spirit of God that bringeth you, that bringeth Travis. I, myself, I didn't bring myself out of bondage. It was the Spirit of God that bringeth me up out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage, out of confusion. To what? To be my guide, to be my God. I shall for that reason be holy. For who is holy? For the Spirit of God is holy. The Spirit of God is separated. So I shall live separated, just as the Spirit of God called me to be out of the land of Egypt. Verse 46. This is the law of the beast, and of the fowl, and of every living creature that moveth in the waters, and of every creature that what? That creepeth upon the earth. So yes, I can learn from the spider, because this spider in Proverbs chapter 30, verse 24 is exceeding wise. This is what? To make a difference between the unclean and the clean, and between the beast that may be learned and the beast that may not be learned. Leviticus chapter 11, verse 20. All fowls that creep, going upon all four, shall be an abomination unto you. So I'm not really focused on this verse. We're going to go to verse 21. Yet these may you eat of every flying creeping thing that goeth upon all four, which have legs above their feet, to leap withal upon the earth. We're going to go to verse 23. But all other flying creeping things which have 4 feet shall be an abomination unto you. Verse 27. And whatsoever goeth upon his paws among all manner of beasts that go on all 4, those are unclean unto you. Who toucheth their carcass shall be unclean unto even. Gonna go to verse 42. Whatsoever goeth upon the belly, and whatsoever goeth upon all 4, or whatsoever has more feet, more desires among all creeping things that creep upon the earth, them shall you not learn, for they are an abomination. So the purpose of those verses was to see what it was leading up to, in which some things you can eat, some things you can't eat, in which some things are an abomination to the Most High. And for that reason, since an abomination to the Most High, it shall be an abomination unto me. Because just what was read, if it's unclean to him, it's unclean to me. Leviticus chapter 29, or Leviticus chapter 11, verse 29. So these are the things that's on all four. These also shall be unclean unto you among the creeping things that creepeth upon the earth. The weasel. The weasel be going on all four. The mouse. The mouse be going on all four. The tortoise. The tortoise be going on all four. Verse 30. The ferret. The ferret be going on all four. The chameleon. The chameleon be going on all four. The lizard. The lizard be going on all four. The snail. I'm not sure about the snail. And then the mole. The mole be going on all four. Right? Then there's something that be going on all eight, which is the spider. That's something that has more feet, as which we read. We're going to go to Leviticus chapter 11. And verse 42, you see it right here. Or whatsoever has more feet among the creeping things. Among these creeping things, we just read it in the ferret, the chameleon, the lizard, the mole, all of these things. These are also creeping things. Or whatsoever has more feet among the creeping things. So these creeping things is 4. The spider is a creeping thing that has 8. That's what an abomination unto me. I should not learn the manner of it. But I have to first learn what is the manner of these spiders. Because there's many different spiders out there. In which I learned that there's over 45,000 plus different spider species. Just as there is 45,000 plus different Christian denominations. That's just something to think about right there. That's just something, a moment that you could think on. So, Leviticus chapter 24, verse 22. It's telling me about this manner. You, Travis, shall have one manner of law, as well for the stranger as for one of your own country. As for one of your own country, for I am the Spirit of your God. Numbers chapter 15, verse 16. Following this manner. Numbers chapter 15, verse 16. One law and one manner shall be for you, and for the stranger that sojourneth with you. One manner. Why am I bringing up this one manner? That's the key word. Why am I bringing up this one manner? When we backtrack to Leviticus chapter 11, it's going to be in the 40s. It's going to be in verse 44. You see that right there? It says, for I am the Spirit of your God. You shall for that reason sanctify yourselves, and you shall be holy, for I am holy. Neither shall you defile yourselves with what? With any manner, because it shall only be one manner for me. So if I'm defiling myself going after other manners, I'm being an abomination unto God, in which I should not be an abomination. I should be holy. I should be sanctified. I should be separated. So I should not defile myself going after any manner of these creeping things. So I have to learn of the manner of these creeping things to be on the right side of the plumb line and not on the left side of the plumb line, following after any manner of these creeping things that I should not follow. Genesis chapter 25, following this key word right here, following this key word. Manner, following this key word. Genesis chapter 25, verse 23. And the Spirit of God said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. So I'm bringing up this verse because of the key word we've been following, which is the manner. It's only one law and one manner that shall be for me. The 2 manner of people is going to be separated one from the other. And the other people is going to be stronger than the other people, which is following the manner and the traditions and the customs of the lifestyle of the manner of people that is an abomination. So the 2 manner of people is going to be separated. Which manner of people do you want to be? Do you want to be on the left side or the right side? It's your choice. All you got to do is go within this book and seek and you shall find, in the manner of which the Creator wants you to live in, which is separated and holy. If you're going to live in the manner of an abominable creature, go right ahead. That's your prerogative. That's your doing. That's your action. That's your way. That's your own lifestyle in the manner of you which you want to live in. Nobody is going to choose for you, big man. Choose your own path and your own struggle. Pick a side. Make your election sure on the side of which the manner of life you want to live in. It's your choice. Choose life or death. We gonna be going through a suffering regardless. Pick your struggle. You gonna carry your cross, your suffering unto death, or you gonna live according to the manner of this lifestyle, still struggling, because when you go to the lake of fire, that's gonna be your eternal separation in the path you chose, living according to the flesh. So I just wanted to speak on this spider. I wanted to plant this seed, and hopefully you take this seed and you continually water it from the doctrine from above, because as Exodus chapter 16 and verse 4 say, then said the Spirit of God unto Moses, remember, I will bring bread, doctrine, meat from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain rate every day, that I may prove them. He gonna test us whether we gonna walk and live in his truth or no. Is we gonna walk in his law or no? He here to prove us. He ain't playing with neither one of us. He don't care about your flesh. He care about that spirit. Is you gonna walk in the spirit, worshiping him in spirit and in truth, or is you gonna walk according to the manner of the way you live according to the flesh? One law and one manner shall be for you. Is you gonna live and walk according to this one law, this one manner? It is I that has to make a choice for myself. I can't make the choice for my wife. I can't make the choice for my children. I can't make the choice for my auntie, my uncle, my cousin. I can't make the choice for you. You got to make your own choice, big man. So I just wanted to give you all this part 1 to this study that I'm speaking on and that I'm learning. As I progress through my studies about this spider, I will make sure that I come back and impart the wisdom to his flock and to feed his flock with the wisdom that was given unto me. Shalom from Brother Travis at the King James Bible